Hey, so just a few weeks ago, I published a case study about generating mobile home leads on Facebook. Now, I generated over 60 mobile home leads with just $1,800 in ad spend, and it brought me 4 deals. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I configured those ad campaigns, and we're going to go in and actually hop into the Facebook Ads Manager. I'm not going to do any gatekeeping. I'm going to show you exactly the ads that I use. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you the highest performing ad. I'm going to share the templates with you, so if you want to download them, you click the link below in the description. I'll send them to you 100% free. Yeah, let's get started. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Justin, and I like to just make videos on problems that I solve in my business and hopefully add value to you. So I think this one's going to be really fun. I recently joined a few Facebook groups, and there are like tens of thousands of members who invest in mobile homes, and I think that this can be helpful for you. A few principles that I want to cover before we get started is that mobile home investing is not necessarily my strong suit. I partnered with a local expert in Fayetteville, North Carolina, somebody who had experience in investing in mobile homes. None of this that I'm doing on here is investing advice, and I highly recommend that you know what you're doing. People can lose money investing in real estate. I'm not a lawyer, yada, yada, yada. But also a few other principles I want to highlight. When running ads, especially on Facebook, what I found, especially for mobile homes, is that running it with a larger audience is better. And what do I mean by that? In this case, in these campaigns, we had a statewide campaign that was running in all of North Carolina. Now, I don't remember the specific population in North Carolina. We'll see here in a second when we configure the ad campaign, but I don't know if this campaign would have worked as good if we were running in just our local area, which was Fayetteville, North Carolina. I think the population would have been significantly smaller. Furthermore, the population that actually owns mobile homes and they're wanting to sell or they're motivated to sell would have been a lot smaller. So I find that these campaigns work better with a larger audience. So if you have to partner with others, or maybe you have the capability to close deals all around the state, this can be helpful for you. So let's just hop right in. I'm going to build this out in a demo Facebook ad account, so you're going to see it step by step. And don't mind me if I'm like looking away. I'm looking at a template that I have here. So let's go ahead and get started. So if we come in here, we'll realize that I have a blank ad account here. So you'll probably have the same. So you're going to click on create campaign. If you don't have a Facebook ad account already created, there's tons of content around there. So let's just go ahead and do it. Create. We're going to create a leads campaign, and then we are going to click continue. And we're going to click manual leads campaign setting and continue. And we can name it something here. I'm just going to, for demo purposes, I'm just going to name it something random, but you should probably have a naming convention here so that you can identify the campaigns that you're running. Mobile home demo campaign. And what we're going to do here is we are going to turn on advanced campaign budget. This sets the budget at the campaign level. So if you have multiple ad sets, the campaign, Facebook's algorithm will determine which campaign it spends more money on. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm just going to show you exactly how I ran mine so that you can do the same. So I ran this actually with a budget of, let me check over here. It was really small. It's kind of funny how successful it was with such a small budget. So we ran it with a budget of $45 a day. That's relatively small for any sort of real estate campaign. And then everything else here is going to be left default. Now we'll come into the ad set. We'll name this mobile home ad set. We ran this campaign with instant forms, which are just Facebook lead forms. On the platform, Facebook forms. Some people will run it to a website, to a landing page. Honestly, we ran it with lead forms and we're extremely successful. Now, the way we configured those lead forms, well, that part was important because we were able to filter out like crappy leads with asking more questions and more targeted questions. So we're going to do the same here live. So let's go ahead and scroll down. You see here, I'm just going to select a random Facebook page. Actually, let me select my demo Facebook page. Vets wash houses, whatever. It's just a demo page I have. I'm not actually going to publish this. And then we're going to scroll down and we're going to optimize. I'm going to maximize number of leads. Now, for some campaigns, I go ahead and I like maximize conversion leads. But when I'm running lead forms, honestly, if the data's not there in the event manager for me to optimize based on different stages in my pipeline, like qualified leads, scheduled or closed, I just set it to maximize number of leads. Guys, this isn't like an all-in-one Facebook ads course. So like all the ads gurus that, come here and they want to criticize, that's fine. You can do so. But I'm not making this so that you become a professional professional in the next 20 minutes on running ads. I'm just showing you exactly what worked for me. So maximize number of leads. We're going to leave dynamic creative turned off. And then catalog, we're not going to touch anything in there. We're going to leave the budget and scheduling alone. And then location, we're going to come in here and click edit. I'm going to make this a statewide campaign. So I'm going to remove United States because we don't want to run these ads nationwide. Maybe you do, I don't know. And then we're going to come in here and I'm going to type in North Carolina because that's where I ran this, and select that. So there goes our audience. We're looking at about 5.1 to 6 million people. And I'm going to make sure, I think I left. Oh, okay. Oh, here's the sauce. This is going to be exciting. So we're going to come down here. We got the state in there, and we are actually going to come in here to advantage audience, and we're going to open up the suggestions. Now, some people in here, they recommend not touching this and letting the Facebook algorithm, they call them broad ad campaigns or broad targeting. You can test that. And the beauty of setting the budget at the campaign level, like we just did, you can create multiple ad sets and then just test different things and see which one's working better. But I'm going to show you exactly how we set up ours. So we left the age alone. Typically for real estate stuff, I bring the age up. I'm not sure why I didn't do that in this campaign. It was about 2-3 months ago when I set this up, but it works. So I'm going to leave it just as it is. I'll let the algorithm figure it out. Genders, I'm going to leave it open to both male and female. But in the detailed targeting, I actually added some interest, and I'll share those with you today. So in here, I did for sale by owner, interest, and then I also added home equity loan. What else? Home repair, cash out refinance, credit cards, single family detached home, loan, and then home refinancing. Cool. So the reason we put these targets in, and again, this isn't an all-in-one masterclass. Some people, tell you to use one at a time so you know which interest is working. Again, I'm just showing you what worked for me. The reason we're doing this is we're looking for people who may have motivation to sell their property. Maybe they're looking into home equity loans, or they're looking for lines of credit or refinancing, or for sale by owner, so they can determine how they sell their property. So we're just giving the Facebook algorithm some clues as to who we're looking for. I bet if we left it broad and didn't target any specific audiences, it would also work. It might just take a little longer for the algorithm to learn who exactly you're looking for and who's engaging with the ads. Now, another reason I think broad would work is because we're being very specific in our ads. One thing in this campaign is I wasn't shy about what I was looking for. So everything from the ad creative to the ad copy to the form that we had them fill out was very telling as to who I wanted to work with and who I didn't want to work with. So I think that led to some of the success, and I'm going to give all that to you now. So after that, we're going to go ahead and leave the placements as Advantage Plus placements. Some people don't like to be viewed on the Facebook Audience Network. I found that it didn't matter for me. I don't even know if Facebook presented my ads in the Audience Network, but my form was just really intense. So I don't think they were able to present that form on other gaming apps or other websites. So I leave everything as is. That's it for the ad set. We're going to click next and hop into the ad. We'll just name this ad 1, and then we'll scroll down here and we are going to add creative. So we're going to upload an image. So I did run an ad that had 2 images and 1 video, but I'm going to exclude the video. One, because it's specific to my company, and if I share it with you, you can't run that ad. But also because out of the 60 leads I got, only 1 came from the video. So that was surprising for me. The other 2 static ads were where the majority of the videos came from. And actually one of those performed even better, way better than the other one. So I'm going to show you which one that is. So first thing we're going to do is asking for the primary text. So this is the copy. You'll see an ad preview here, and you'll see where all this fits into place if this is your first time creating an ad. So let me go over here to my template and copy, so you have the exact copy that I used. So if you come in here, here's the primary text. So I said, hey, mobile homeowners having trouble finding a cash buyer who likes mobile homes. Well, the search is over. Click learn more to get your cash offer today. We buy single wides, double wide, with land, without land, right? So this is what I mean by saying that I was like really specific as to who I want to work with. This isn't single family homeowners. This isn't just double wides. You know, this is exactly who I'm looking for. And we are a cash buyer. Click learn more, call to action, get your offer today. So that's the exact winning primary text that I use. It's not super complicated. The headline I used, copy and paste, sell your mobile home today. Literally copy and paste from my ads. I'm not going to add any variations because I know this worked. And then in the description, all I put in here was click learn more. I'm not even sure how often this description is actually presented, but we're just going to go ahead and go with that and click next. Now, if we come in here, we have here are the ad templates. I'm going to include a link to this Canva template. Honestly, you can run these exact ones in your market, and I guarantee you'll start generating leads. I think the average cost per lead we had here, I explained it in the case study in another video, but I think it was like $30-something per lead. These will generate you $30-something, $30-something leads in North Carolina. From what I saw, your experience may be different. You can modify these, edit these. That's why I'm going to give it to you in Canva. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and download these so that I can upload them into my demo ad account. And let's do that. I'm going to come over here in my other screen. Awesome. All right, so I just downloaded those. Again, these will be provided to you. You can make edits if you want or run them just as is. So we're going to go ahead and upload and boom, upload them all. The first one we're going to start with is the best performing one. This yellow, I call it a yellow static quad. So there's 4 images and it's got the yellow banner in the middle. And if you look here, another component of us being very specific, we buy mobile homes, single wide or double wide, like eye-catching yellow, black text. Awesome. If you come over here, and you see this, you can, try to scale this if you want to. I just run it as original, and I find that it still runs in the story. And actually, Facebook and Instagram do a good job at sort of like putting an image in the background and blurring it so it looks nice. And I do the same thing here for the horizontal section. Click next. And then we're not going to generate images. We're going to skip and continue. If your interface looks a little bit different than what mine looks like, it's okay. Facebook modifies stuff as they're testing and releasing things. That's what I've noticed. I manage ads for other people, and I've noticed that different ad accounts have different options available, but it should be more or less the same here. Maybe your ad text is not showing in a wizard like this. Maybe it's just like in the, ad configuration itself. So we're going to come in here, and I pretty much like to turn on everything but the music. I don't turn on the music. The music just seems to be out of touch for me. But let's go ahead and click that. That's a new one. Image animation. See how it's like scrolling there. I don't know if I like that. So you can turn that off if you want. But I'll leave it on here for the demo. I find that the more options you give Facebook, the more room you give it to run, the better it tends to do. I don't think that was always the case, but I certainly think now that Facebook favors people who are willing to let their system sort of take over the campaign. So I'm not going to fight it. Cool. We'll go down here, and here's the ad preview. So if you noticed, our primary text is sort of this top section here with all the text. We have our ad creative, which is the static image that we uploaded. We have our headline, which says sell your mobile home today. And then we have our description, click learn more. And then our call to action, sign up. I don't use that. I like to use learn more. I keep that consistent across all my ad campaigns. I find that that's the best performing call to action. So we're going to keep that consistent. And there you go. Learn more is set. I'm not going to do anything else with the advantage creatives. We already had that up. Now, here's where the sauce is at too, is our form. So we're going to go ahead and create a form here, and let me reference this so I can give you the exact questions. And in the document, so when I share the templates and stuff, I actually send you a PDF of like the link to the Canva templates, and then I'll also I'll copy and paste the headline, the primary text, and everything, so you can just copy and paste in here, and I'll do the same for the form. So all the questions will be in that same handout, so you can just copy and paste and reference it while you're building yours. So let's go ahead and build a form from scratch. So we're going to name this mobile home form. Intent is going to be more volume. And then we're going to go into intro. We're going to leave the background image off. Greeting. Did we provide a greeting? Let's see. We did. So we'll come in here, we'll open up a greeting, and we're going to say, again, copying and pasting here so you have exactly what I did. That's how I left a greeting. And then in the questions, this is where it got fun. So I like asking manual fill questions. So Facebook lead forms allows you to have autofill questions, but what I find if I just have autofill questions is I get a lot of spam stuff. I get a lot of spam phone numbers. I think it's really like bots out there just scraping and submitting lead forms. So in order to prevent that, I ask manual fill questions. So let's go here and click a multiple choice question. So I ask property type, and in here I put in single wide, double wide, single family home, or other. And why did I do this? Well, if there's somebody here who wants to sell me a single family home, I'm down for that too. But also maybe I want to disqualify based on this. Maybe if somebody selects single family home in my CRM somewhere, I want to just disqualify that lead and not even pay attention to it, but that's up to you. Let's keep going. So template says, next question I asked was another multiple choice question, land included. And this is exactly how I asked it. Yes, no, or not applicable. Not sure why I asked it that way, but I did, so I'm providing it to you exactly as I see it. And then this one is contentious, and some people say that their ads have been turned off because of this. It's up to you, but I asked this question, and you can do so at your own risk, but I asked for the property address. Now, whenever you're running this, and as a matter of fact, that just reminded me that we need to declare that we are in the housing category. We do need to do that. So after this, we're going to go back to our campaign. I think it's actually in the ad set settings. We're going to declare we're in the housing category because that changes how we target people. And I think that we're probably going to have to go through and put our interest back in again. So here I'm going to ask, what's the property address? So I'm just going to copy and paste here. And then the next question I asked was the year built. Another short answer. Year built. Now, people might be saying like, hey, man, you're asking a lot of questions. Your cost per lead is going to be way up. Well, that's normally true, but I asked a bunch of questions in this campaign and I was getting $33 leads. So I'd rather have a good lead, even if I could have got $10 leads, but they were all crap and I would have had to sort through them. I'd rather ask a bunch of questions, have the information I need, and I know that the person's willing to talk and they're motivated if they're filling out this form. So it's up to you. You can change this and modify it for your liking. This is a bold question. I asked for their asking price. This was cool because some people I could tell who's a retail lead, and so I could tell who's a motivated seller by what they're asking. And some people didn't fill it out or they put some bullcrap in here, but the vast majority of people filled it out. So that's awesome. Cool. That's it. If you wanted to, you can ask a short answer. Something I like doing, if you find that you're getting a lot of spam phone numbers and you're not able to get in contact with them, you can ask another short answer and make it like phone number. But instead here, I just had email, name, and phone number. And I asked it in this order. So full name, phone number, and email. Cool. So that's a pretty big, form. So let me see. There's a privacy policy here. Yep. That's cool. And then message for leads. This is important too. The thank you page is important. Because what I want them to do is not just look at this thank you page and say like, thank you for submitting the form. I want this to be an opportunity for us to bring them into the next stage of our sales pipeline, which is book a cash offer call. Now, in my system, we actually activate an AI chatbot that reaches out to them and asks them more qualifying questions and automatically tries to book them on a cash offer call. We're super successful with that. Maybe in another video, I'll show you how I built that bot. If you're interested in getting something like that built in your business, just feel free to reach out. You can go to leadbrain.io and fill out the contact us form or schedule a demo call and I'll show you it. Or if not, you can wait till I release, the demo on how I configured my chatbot. But here I want to give them an opportunity to book themselves on my calendar. So if they click the link and they go to an online calendar and they wanted to book from there, then I wouldn't necessarily activate the chatbot because they're qualified and they're on a call with me. So there's no need for that chatbot. So let's go down here and say, let's see. Instead of saying, thanks, you're all set, we said, you're almost done. Not done yet. You still need to do something. And then we copied and pasted this blog. Let's see if I can expand this. Thank you for submitting the form, yada, yada, yada. You can read this. I'm not going to read to you here. And then we went to go to website URL. And essentially, I put a link here that went to my calendar. This is just an example link. And then I named this Get My Offer. Try to make it more enticing to click, and then created the form. Cool. So here's what our form looks like. If we scroll down, let's see if it shows it to us. There it is. It's almost exactly what it looks like on my template. And you see we have the questions here and all. Awesome. All right. Now, housing category. Let's go back up and set that. I'm going to catch a lot of crap for not doing that. So let's see. Where was it set? Mobile home. Categories. Housing. That's a big deal. I think it's going to clear out our targeting settings. So let's go down here and make sure that nothing was affected. So we're back in the ad set. Let's see. So is North Carolina still set? Where'd it go? Audience, sure. Where's that location? There it is. Okay. United States, North Carolina. Let's just make sure that's still set. Awesome. And then it looks like it kept everything. Cool. So it didn't reset our targeting. We do want to select the housing category though. If you launch this ad and you don't select that special ad category, there are people who get away with it, but it's only a matter of time before you do that. And you also really risk getting your ad account disabled. And if you're running this for other people, that's a big risk that you might not want to take on their behalf. I don't recommend taking that risk, but you do what you want to do. Now we'll click next. The ad is all set. I like to do this. Now we're going to make a second ad, but the second ad is going to be substantially easier to run because we're just going to copy this one. Now, I do track, I do some app tracking here, and then I also put in some URL parameters, which I'll also include in the handout. But essentially, these URL parameters, I just copy and paste into all of my ads so that when these leads end up in my CRM, I can see exactly where they came from, what ad creative they clicked on, so I can determine, help better determine the winning ads. And then, like, I also, if I have a pixel linked to this account, which in this demo account I don't, but if you do, you can select a pixel here. Now we're going to click on the actions menu and click on quick duplicate, and then we're going to leave it in the existing campaign and duplicate, and instead of copy we're going to name it add to. I'd be more descriptive because these ad names are actually what's going to be ported into your CRM if you're using those URL parameters. So if it just says add 1 and add 2, it's not descriptive. So for this, I'd have something more like static quad yellow, static quad red. So when I'm seeing it in the CRM, it makes sense. Now, all we're going to do here is change the image. So we're going to edit the media, and then we're going to change to the red one to have a variation of the same ad. Keep everything the same, and done. And there are 2 ads. That's it. If you wanted to run a third ad with a third image, you could. Nothing to it. This is 24 minutes in. I'm not going to keep talking your head off. But in one of my future videos, I'll go through how I created the chatbot to go out and automatically qualify these leads. That was an important component of this entire ad campaign. Speed to lead is one of the most important things in my opinion, and that led to our success. But the very targeted ad media with the very intense lead form and the immediate response time led to the success. So let me know if you like this content, if you want to see more like it, or if you have a request down in the comments. If you're new, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Hopefully this was valuable to you. And if you choose to use this ad media and run your own campaigns, let me know if it works for you. Have a nice day. Peace.